Not gonna lie, guys, I forgot what it felt like to win as a Browns fan. And I'll tell you what, it felt damn good winning on Sunday. Not only because you beat a division rival, we had a couple firsts go down in that game on Sunday. Of course, first game with a 300-yard passer all year in Jameis Winston. We scored 20 plus points for the first time all season. And best of all, we won at home for the first time all year. And the crazy thing is, all it took was a change at quarterback. Something that Browns fans have been calling for pretty much all year. But of course, our coaching staff was being way too stubborn, being like, "Oh, Deshaun gives us the best chance to win." We're like, "Yeah, that's a lie." This dude capping on camera. He's lying in front of the entire fan base. He knows damn well Deshaun did not give us the best chance to win. Not gonna lie though, watching Kevin do his press conferences every week must look like he was being held hostage. He kind of was by ownership, because there was a lot of talk about ownership forcing the Browns to play Deshaun, trying to legitimize the trade and the extension. And all it did was bury us deeper and deeper and deeper into a hole. And now our season's essentially lost, right? I mean, they could still climb out of it, but I mean, by now, a lot of the Browns fan base had already accepted losing and they were just talking about getting a top 3 pick. Now watch. The Browns are going to go out and go on a winning streak, and they're going to do just enough to get us out of the top 10 in the draft, but they're not going to be good enough to get us in the playoffs. And then everyone's going to look back at the first 7 weeks and go, well, damn, if only we had started Jameis essentially from the beginning. Imagine how this team would have looked, right? Now, I'm not saying start him against the Cowboys or the Jags, because of course we won that game. I'm saying you start him against the Giants and onward. We beat the Giants. We beat the Raiders. We might even beat the Commanders. We might even beat the Eagles. I know damn well we beat the Bungles. And then, of course, we win today. Or this past week. We might have like 5 or so wins if we started Jameis earlier on. No, they wanted to be stubborn and start Deshaun. And it's crazy because watching Deshaun for the first 7 or so weeks, and then watching Jameis against the Ravens, it's almost like I was watching 2 different teams, right? Like Jameis was out here making things look easy. Meanwhile, you have Deshaun making it look like rocket science. Like, I already know if Deshaun played against the Ravens on Sunday, we lose that game. Like, even if, in the same situation, last drive of the game, if Deshaun was out there, we don't win that game. We probably don't even move the ball. And I know damn well we don't get lucky with that dropped interception by Kyle Hamilton. No. No, we wouldn't be that lucky. Most likely Deshaun wouldn't have even thrown it. He would have stood in the pocket for like 10 seconds and got sacked. Because that's what he was doing. He had like 0 pocket awareness. He would literally try to escape out of a clean pocket. Oh my God. Oh, we haven't even gotten into the intro yet. But yeah. What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my Cleveland Browns, Los Angeles Chargers, Week 9 game preview. As our now 2-6 Cleveland Browns are at home for the third of 3 straight home games as they welcome the other Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh, and the Los Angeles Chargers, who come in at 4-3 to the Dawg Pound. This is our final game before the bye week, so it would be awesome for the Browns to go into the bye riding a 2-game win streak, right? Build a little bit of momentum going into the bye, because coming out of the bye, you got the Saints, and they look like ass right now. Of course, knowing the Browns, we're going to go into that game and we're going to make them look like what they look like at the beginning of the season when the Saints look like world beaters. Because that's how things go usually, right? But with Jameis at the helm, we might be able to get a little something going, right? Now, I said it before, but again, nothing would piss me off more than if this team decided to start winning now after wasting the first 7 weeks with Horny Man at quarterback. Because if they had just, bit the bullet and put Jameis out there before Deshaun got hurt, if they just straight up benched Deshaun and put Jameis out there when they still had a chance this season, we probably could have had like 5 or something wins. 5, maybe 4 around there. Would have been better off than we are now. That's for sure. No, we gotta start Deshaun because he gives us the best chance to win. Yeah, dude are straight up lying to our faces. And again, you watch Kevin on camera during his press conferences, that dude looked like he was being held hostage. Again, it's just so funny to watch, right? But yeah, this should be an interesting game against the Chargers. Of course, ironically enough, the Chargers are coming off a beatdown of the Saints as they beat New Orleans 26-8 in a game where the Chargers ran the ball 29 times for 122 yards and a touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, who looks like his old self, 17 carries, 57 yards and a touchdown. Justin Herbert, 20 of 32, 279 yards, 2 touchdowns. Good stuff. Now, their receiving core really isn't the best. It doesn't really scare me because our secondary normally is very good, although we are beat up. And if we are without Denzel Ward, then yeah, I'd be a little worried. Because you look at our corners right now, besides Cam Mitchell, who's actually a solid corner, we have Mr. Dance Revolution, aka Greg Newsome, who can't stop dancing. And then you got Burnt Toast MJ Emerson. That's really all you have besides Cam Mitchell. And I don't know if I can trust, Mr. Dance Revolution against Lad McConkey or Josh Palmer, Quentin Johnston, who I don't even know if he's going to play. Doesn't matter. I mean, Greg is the guy that would get cooked by Jalen Reagor. Oh, I'm not even kidding. Greg Newsome dances after the littlest of play. Like, the quarterback could overthrow the receiver by 10 yards. And you look at Greg, and he's over, yeah, like, yo, dude, stop dancing. God, if you put as much effort into playing corner than you do dancing, you'd be damn good. Like, come on, bro. Go be a part of a dance group if you want to dance so much. God, pisses me off. Like, he's out here dancing like crazy. He doesn't even do anything. He doesn't even really have the stats to back it up. And then when you watch him out there, he's getting cooked left and right. I mean, he got freaking walked over by freaking Jamar Chase 2 weeks ago. Oh my God. Of course, the only serious corner we have, freaking to concussion. He's going to have freaking mush brain by the time he's in his 30s. He's had what, 6 concussions now? I think he's already had 2 this year. Freaking ridiculous, man. Well, the Browns have a chance to do something that they haven't done since last year, and that is win back-to-back games at home. Streak. Sounds crazy, right? But it's possible. I mean, of course, the Chargers are beatable. I mean, you look at our schedule, it's actually pretty favorable. I mean, let's take a look at our schedule real quick. I mean, you got the Chargers, then you got a bye week, which would be nice. Then you got at the Saints, at home against the Steelers, then 2 straight road games against the Broncos and Steelers. We could win the majority of those if we play as good as we did against the Ravens, right? We play like we did against Baltimore, we could win most of those games. Beat the Chargers, beat the Saints, probably split with the Steelers, and you might be able to beat the Broncos. So, like I said, they're going to go on this nice little winning streak. They're going to start playing winning football after the season's already been lost. It's going to be just like 2018. Of course, we play Baltimore at the end of the season, just like 2018. We all know how that ended, right? We had Steeler fans openly rooting for us to win because they needed us to win for playoff position. I'm pretty sure they didn't make the playoffs because we lost. Boy, but hey, yeah, this should be a really, really entertaining game. Now, you look at the series. Actually, before I get into that, got a couple things to talk about. As early, what was it, yesterday, I believe, we had some renderings released for what could have been a stadium at Burke Lakefront Airport. Yeah, because for those who haven't been paying attention, the city of Cleveland's been trying like crazy to keep the Browns from going to Brook Park. And they've even gone as far as, taking everything to court and trying to enact the Modell Law, I guess, which is, again, a law that we created to essentially try to keep teams from moving, like giving the city a chance to fight it, whether it's, forcing the sell or whatever. That's how the Crew were saved with the Modell Law. But the thing is, the Crew were being threatened to move to Austin. The Browns are literally just moving not even, a half hour south? Honestly, if I'm the city of Cleveland, if I'm Mayor Bibb, I'm like, honestly, Browns, you could go to Brook Park. That'll free up a lot of money, and it'll allow us to get rid of this piece of garbage behind me, right? And also, you could use the money saved from renovations that would have been used on this to renovate and, upgrade other places, like maybe the Gateway Plaza, right? Those two stadiums need a little upgrades every now and then, right? And also, maybe the roads and other infrastructure too, right? That'd be cool. You know, essentially make the Browns Brook Park's problem. Like your problem, they're your problem now. Of course, building a dome would allow the Browns and the Haslams to host many, many more events. I'll get into that later. But looking at these renderings, this is the first one. Not really much to be seen there. And then you got this one as well. Honestly, the stadium right away looks like Allegiant Stadium a little bit. As you can see, the stadium would be right on the lake, essentially where Burke Lakefront would have been. A lot of that space would just be greenery, though, like where the runways were. But like where the terminal part was, that's where the stadium would be going. And they'd have like hotels, apartments, I guess, and other stores, you know, classic stuff. Trying to build it up, I guess. Of course, a lot of parking too. But yeah, that's what a Burke Lakefront Stadium would have looked like, most likely. But the way I see it, the Browns will be going to Brook Park unless something crazy happens. But yeah, I mean, if you ask me, put the team in Brook Park and then have the city of Cleveland focus on the Guardians and the Cavs. Heck, maybe getting the Browns to Brook Park will get rid of this crappy ass curse that they've had. You know what would be sad though? If they move to Brook Park. If they don't make the playoffs and host a playoff game by the time they move, I believe this stadium would be the only one in football that has not hosted a playoff game. That's crazy. Like a Super Bowl, obviously, and like regular playoff game. The stadium has never hosted one. It's crazy. Man. But yeah, Getting into the actual preview. Sorry I had to go through that, but yeah, just wanted to talk a little bit about those renderings that were released recently. But getting into this preview, now that I'm 15 minutes into this video, I'm going to try and fly through this. I'm not trying to have a half-hour video. But yeah, series history. Chargers lead the series 19-9-1. The Chargers' last win came in 2022 when they tried to give us the game. We actually had a chance to win it with a field goal, and we missed the game-winning field goal. And of course, the Browns' last win going on 8 years, 2016. That was our one win during that 1-15 season when the Chargers missed a game-winning field goal. It was a nice little Christmas present from the football gods. I actually did a video of my reaction to that win. I'll actually put the link to that in the description so you guys can watch. Of course, that was before streaming was a thing, so yeah, that was pretty fun. I was pretty excited about that. And then, of course, we followed that up by going 0-16 the very next year. Easily. But of course, this season got us Myles Garrett. So, yeah. Now, my keys to victory. I mean, it's pretty simple, I'd say. Let Jameis cook like last week. Shut down their run game. If you can shut down J.K. Dobbins, you should be fine. Their receivers don't really scare me like that. But the Browns would definitely be a team to let guys like Josh Palmer or Ladd McConkey go off. But of course, if you don't get to Justin Herbert, it won't matter what happens. And then, of course, force turnovers and take advantage. We haven't been able to force turnovers lately, so that's going to be tough. But I think we can definitely do it. I mean, look how many picks we've dropped over the past couple weeks. Every week we have like 2 or 3 dropped interceptions. Like, damn. I kind of wonder, though, does getting concussions affect your ability to catch things? Because maybe that's why Denzel hasn't been able to catch interceptions. His hands aren't working right. Maybe. What if there's a correlation in that? I legit might have to look that up. But yeah, force turnovers and take advantage. I feel especially more confident with that with Jameis, because I feel like Jameis would be able to lead this offense down the field and take advantage of any turnovers. Take advantage of any short field opportunities that the defense gives you. My player to watch is actually Nick Chubb. I'm going Nick Chubb because he's due for a big game. This is his 3rd game back. He's getting better. His workload's increasing. I think he's going to have a big game coming up. I can just feel it in my bones. And then my prediction, I got the Chargers winning 28-24. Because, we can't beat these guys. We've lost 4 in a row. They're going to somehow beat us. Justin Herbert's going to lead a big-time drive, and he's going to do what Lamar couldn't. He's going to beat us in the end. And, yeah, we go into the bye on a loss, of course. So, that's all I got, guys. I will see you all later, probably tomorrow for Cavs and Lakers. I thought about going live tonight for Yankees Dodgers, but I'm not going to do that. So, with that being said, I will see you guys later. Go Browns. I'm Crazy Dog, and I'm out. Bye-bye. Oh, got this video under 20 minutes. Love to see it.